Hello everyone, welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about sure shot prelims that are replicated in today's concepts and news in various newspapers. Okay, so today we are going to solve 10 important questions for prelims based on today newspaper. Okay, so let us solve. First question, consider the following statements. The Advocates Act 1961 provides for three categories of advocates. Senior advocates, first one, senior advocates and advocates on record and other advocates which are entitled to practice law before the Supreme Court. Second one, the Advocates Act 1961 provides that the Chief Justice and the judges designate an advocate as a senior advocate in the Supreme Court with the consent of advocate. The third one is a senior advocate is not entitled to appear in the Supreme Court without an advocate on the record. Here, the context is because it is there in today's newspaper, the top court designates 56 lawyers as senior advocates. Okay, it is there in today's newspaper itself, in Hindu newspaper. It clearly says that the top court, Supreme Court designates 56 lawyers in a full court meeting. Yesterday, full court meeting held at Supreme Court. In that meeting, the top court designated 56 lawyers as senior advocates. Based on this context, the question is like this. The first one is the Advocates Act 1961 provides for the three categories of advocate. Here, it is a little bit tricky question and the most important and concept of polity. Here, the second one is 1961 Advocate Act. Okay, here we need to discuss about two important acts. The first one is Advocate Act 1961. Second one is Supreme Court Rules 2013. Okay, Supreme Court Rules 2013. Here, based on the 1961 Act, it clearly provides three types of advocates. First one is senior advocates, second one is advocates on record, and third one is other advocates who are entitled to practice before the Supreme Court. Here, according to Advocates Act 1961, it says that these three categories of advocates, that may be senior advocates or advocates on record or other advocates, they can practice before law before any courts, not only Supreme Court. Okay, not only Supreme Court. So this statement is wrong. Okay, according to Advocates Act, they can practice before Supreme Court or other high courts also, or other courts also. But according to Supreme Court Rules Section 2, it clearly says that these three categories of advocates practice before the Supreme Court. Okay, second one, the Advocates Act 1961 provides that the Chief Justice and judges designate an advocate as senior advocate in the Supreme Court with the consent of the advocate. Okay, with the consent of the advocate. Here, according to Advocates Act 1961, yes, the Chief Justice and judges designate an advocate as senior advocate. They can designate senior advocate in the Supreme Court with the consent of the advocate. This is true according to Advocates Act 1961. At the same time, according to Supreme Court rules also, it again says that the Chief Justice and judges of Supreme Court, they can clearly designate an advocate in the Supreme Court with the consent of advocate. This is right. Okay, but with respect to this act only, the Chief Justice and judges of High Court also, they can designate. Okay, they can designate. Third one, a senior advocate is not entitled to appear in the Supreme Court without an advocate on record. Here, we need to know about the different categories of advocate. First one is other advocates, means that can be junior advocates, that can be recent enrolled in bar. Actually, we need to know about two differences. First one is bar and second one is bench. Bar means it is a pool of lawyers, bench means judges. Okay, here judges can designate these lawyers from one category to another category. Okay, but here advocate on record means any advocate they enroll in that particular court, that may be Supreme Court or that can be High Court. Okay, only the advocate on record in Supreme Court, the Chief Justice or the judges of Supreme Court, they can designate them as senior advocates. At the same time, the advocate on record in High Court, only the concerned High Court judges, they can designate as senior advocates. Okay, so this one is right, because a senior advocate without an advocate on record, they cannot designate them as senior advocate by Supreme Court or with respect to High Court also. So only one. Okay, second one. Consider the following page states and the respective zonal councils. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? The context is this: amid tension situation, Manipur CM gives NEC, North Eastern Council meeting emis. Okay, Northeastern Council meeting emis. Okay, in the base of this councils means here Northeastern Council is a part of it is one of the zonal council. Okay, zonal council. Actually in India there are 6 different kinds of zonal councils are there. 6 different zonal councils are there. One among them is Northeastern Council. See, based on this we framed this question: states and the respective zonal councils. Actually the 6 zonal councils are the first one is Northern Council, second one is Eastern Council, third one is Western Council, fourth one is Central Council, fifth one is Southern Council, last one is Northeastern Council. Okay, these are the 6 zonal councils. See, this is with respect to the matching. Which of the following state that falls under that council? Eastern Zonal Council. Actually, Eastern Zonal Council won't contain Chhattisgarh because Chhattisgarh is a part of Central Council. Okay, along with Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so Chhattisgarh is a part of Central Council. So this is wrong. Uttarakhand is a part of Northern Zonal Council because it is wrong, because Northern Zonal Council only consists of Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Union Territory of Chandigarh and Rajasthan and our national capital city of Delhi. These are the states that falls under Northern Zonal Council, because Uttarakhand is also part of Central Council only. At the same Rajasthan, I already told you that Rajasthan is a part of Northern Council, so not Western Council. So all 3 are wrongly matched. Okay, so correct answer is none. Next, shortage of trained personnel is an hurdle for aviation industry in India. In this context, consider the following. Abolition of the concept of airport royalty. Here, the concept is about aviation industry and the trained personnel shortage. What is the reasons for? First of all, we need to know about the shortage reasons, and later what are the steps taken by our government of India to eradicate this shortage personnel in aviation industry. The context is this: shortage of trained personnel, a hurdle for aviation industry, is a direct question from this article that is replicated in our Hindu newspaper. Okay, industry fighting scarcity of quality engineers apart from the deaths of pilots, says speaker at Wings India 2024. Okay, Wings India 2024. So the question is abolition of the concept of airport royalty. Actually, airport royalty means it is the revenue share payment by flying training organization. Actually, every airport has a flying training organizations. They will train the persons and they will train the pilots and they will train the other persons with respect to aviation industry. Okay, earlier they need to pay that particular flying training organization, they need to pay revenue share to Airport Authority of India with respect to the training of personnel. Okay, now to reduce the shortage of trained personnel, our aviation industry, they clearly said that abolition of a concept of airport royalty, because when they eliminate the concept of airport royalty, automatically revenue share payment will be with respect to flying training organizations. So automatically they can use this amount in to hire trained personnel or to give training to other personnel, etc. With respect to this, we can reduce the shortage. empowering flying instructors with the right to authorize flying operations at FTO. Yes, this is also correct, because if you give the right to flying instructions with respect to right to authorize their respective flight operations at FTOs, automatically they can increase the flights, they can increase the hours. Automatically, if you increase the flights, we require the more personnel, right? They can hire and they can give training. So automatically this is also correct. Okay, next, increase in validity of commercial pilot licenses from 2 years to 4 years. Here actually it is one of the major reason for increase this hurdle, because to reduce this hurdle, because if you increase the validity of license of commercial pilot, automatically we have a resources, right? Human resources. But this is wrong, because it increases from 5 years to 10 years, not 2 years to 4 years. Okay, increase the validity of commercial pilot license is one of the step to counter this particular hurdle. But now they increase it from 2 to 4 years statement is wrong. They increase it from 5 to 10 years. Okay, in that point of view it is correct. Okay, so only 2 statements are correct. Next, with reference to India, consider the following statement. Strategic disinvestment. It is the most important topic in economy, in particular economic development. It implies the sale of entire or substantial government shareholding of a central public sector enterprise, CPSCs, along with the transfer of management control. Okay, so the context, disinvestment tally for financial year 24 likely about 15,000 crore. Actually, this is the article that replicated in our today newspaper. In union budget 2023-2024, in union budget 2023-2024, our central government of India set as a target of strategic disinvestment of 51,000 crores. But this article highlight that the disinvestment tally for financial year 2024 likely 15,000 only. Okay, with respect to this concept, the question may be like this. It is directly static kind of question. Strategic disinvestment means, yes, sale of entire or substantial government shareholding of central public sector enterprise along with the transfer of management control. Yes, first of all you need to know about the different types of disinvestments. Actually we have three different types of disinvestment: minority, majority, and third one is strategic disinvestment. Okay, see, minority means they remain the 51% share and they remain the management control itself. Majority means they almost sold more than 51%. But strategic disinvestment is little bit different than those minority and majority disinvestment. Here the major one is the sale of entire substantial government shareholding of central public sector enterprise along with the transfer of management control. This is the point here. So this is correct. Okay, second one, government policy on strategic disinvestment of CPSCs, central public sector enterprises, were implemented till 2016. Thereafter disinvestment in CPSCs were carried out only through limited minority stakeholder. Actually, government of India, they followed the policy of strategic disinvestment of CPSCs till 2004. Since 1993 till 2004, they followed the policy of disinvestment, strategic disinvestment. But after, from 2004 to 2015, they again followed minority disinvestment, minority stake sale or minority disinvestment. But again after 2016, we revived the policy of disinvestment. So this statement is wrong. So only a statement is correct. Okay. Next one, consider the following statement. Hepatitis A is an inflammation of liver caused by human papillomavirus. Unlike hepatitis B and C, hepatitis A causes chronic liver disease which is often fatal. Third one, the drug control DGCA recently approved the world's first hepatitis A vaccine, Havasur, indigenously developed by India. Which of the following statement is given above or not correct? Not correct. See, this is the context. India's first indigenous hepatitis A vaccine out. Okay, first vaccine out. Okay, the vaccine name is Havisure. Based on this context, frame this bit. Hepatitis A is an inflammation of liver. Yes, it is an inflammation of liver. It is not caused by human papillovirus. It is caused by the virus called HAV, Hepatitis A virus. Hepatitis A virus. Okay, the virus name is Hepatitis A virus, HAV. Okay, it is not a HPV. Okay, unlike hepatitis B and C, hepatitis A causes chronic liver disease, which is often fatal. Actually, hepatitis A is not chronic as B and C. Okay, B and C. So this statement is wrong. And recently, DGC approved this vaccine called Havisure, but it is not world's first hepatitis A vaccine. It is indigenous for developed first hepatitis vaccine. Okay, hepatitis vaccine. So this is also wrong. This is correct. So only one. Sorry, the question is about not correct. So only two are not correct. Okay, only two are not correct. Next, consider the following: climate risk and vulnerability assessments, early warning systems, nature-based solutions, insurance and social protection. How many of the above interventions or measures are essential to drive climate resilience efforts? Okay, which of the following are climate resilience effect? Here the most important one is climate resilience. It is important in environment, it is important in ecology and environment subject, and it is important in disaster management also. Climate resilience means preparation or our response to various hazards or disasters or any natural events. If any hazard or if any disaster, if any natural event occurs, what is our strategy? What is our preparation? What is our response to the particular event? So that we call as climate resilience efforts. Resilient effect. Which of the following that comes under climate resilience effects? First one is climate risk and vulnerability assessment. Yes, obviously in our disaster management also subject also we can easily find out that climate risk assessment and vulnerability assessment is the first and foremost one. We need to assess the risk and right. We need to assess what is the vulnerability, right? So automatically this is correct. Second one, early warning systems. This is one of the most crucial part. If you see, if any cyclone or if any thunderstorm, automatically we receive the message from meteorological department. So early warning systems only. So third one, nature-based solutions. Yes. Nature-based solutions also the correct one, correct reason. Nature, yes, nature-based solutions. Fourth one is insurance and social protection. Insurance and social protection, because after disaster happens or hazard happens, automatically it is our response, right? It is our response. Insurance and social protection. So all for that comes under climate resilience effect. This is the context. Gearing up for change, India needs region-specific plans to improve climate resilience. Okay, according to Indian Meteorological Department. Okay, recently IMD celebrated its 150th year celebrations. During these celebrations, this is the stance. India needs region-specific plans to improve climate resilience. At the same time, we need to recollect recent earthquakes in Japan and cyclones in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, etc., etc. You need to go through all these things. Next, with reference to Great Indian Bustard, consider the following statement. The Great Indian Bustard can easily be distinguished by its red crown or on the forehead, contrasting with the pale neck and head. Okay, pale neck and head. Here, the question is about Great Indian Bustards. The context is how do you plan to save the Great Indian Bustard? Supreme Court asks government, because we all know that Great Indian Bustard comes under the category of critically endangered species according to IUCN. It is native to 11 states of India. Okay, so and it is placed in critically endangered category. So based on this Great Indian Bustard article, frame this question. The Great Indian Bustard can easily be distinguished by its red crown. No, it is distinguished by its black crown, black crown. So the first statement is wrong. Great Indian Bustard is listed in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Act 1972. Yes, we know that Wildlife Act 1972, under this there are schedules are the Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3, Schedule 4 and Schedule 5. So under Schedule 1 means which requires utmost protection. So Great Indian Bustard is classified under critically endangered species. So it is listed in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Okay, Government of India launched Project Great Indian Bustard in 2013 with an objective of conservation of remaining population of a critically endangered Great Indian Bustard. This is also wrong because Great Indian Bustard GIB project was launched by Rajasthan government, not Government of India. So to counter to increase the conservation efforts of Great Indian Bustard, our Supreme Court asked central government, that is what the article, you need to plan the respective, you need to present the respective plans before Supreme Court with respect to Great Indian Bustard. That is what the article about. So Government of India, not Government of India, Government of Rajasthan, they launched the project. Okay, so only one is correct, sorry, only two is not correct, one is correct. So this is the correct answer because the question is about not correct. Next, with reference to smart lander for investigating moon, which of the following is are correct? Okay, it is the mission like our Chandrayaan, the mission on moon, like SLIM, it is a mission of Japan Space Agency, JAXA. Yesterday this mission landed on moon, but unfortunately its solar cells not working well. That is one hurdle to this mission. So which of the following is are correct? SLIM is a small scale and lightweight exploration lander designed for pinpoint landing on the molar scale. It is project of French Space Agency. No, it is not a French Space Agency. It is a Japan Space Agency, JAXA. With the recent successful landing of SLIM, France become the fifth country. No, Japan become the fifth country along with the US, Russia, China and India that land on moon. So wrong, right. Okay, so this is the context. Japan became a fifth country to land on moon. So this is the article in Indian Express. Okay. Next, the Rama temple in Ayodhya is being built on Vaishara style of architecture, combining the features of Nagara, Dravida styles, fostering the unity and diversity of India. Yes, sir. There is a inauguration of a Ram temple in Ayodhya 22nd this month. But the question is about the style of architecture. Here, yes, we know that there are three different styles of architecture are there. First one, Dravida style of architecture. Second one, Nagara style of architecture. Third one, Vaisara style of architecture. See, our Ayodhya temple, Ram temple is based on Nagara style of architecture, not Vaisara style of architecture. Okay, we all know that. We need to recollect the concept called who introduced Nagara style of architecture. Actually, it was introduced by Guptas and it takes to top level by Chandelas. Khajuraho, Chandelas. The same Nagara style of architecture followed in Ram temple in Ayodhya. Okay, so it is not Vaisara style of architecture. The feature of Kalviniya Shikra tower over the Garbhagriha resembles the Nagara style, whereas the feature of elaborate Gopuram along a long wall resembles the Dravida style of architecture. Yes, this is correct. This is a important bit in art and culture. So second only. This is the context, Nagara style of architecture in which Ram temple is being built. Okay, so you need to know about what are the things there in Nagara style of architecture. At the same time, the Gopuram is present in Dravida style of architecture with long walls. At the same time, there is no such mandapas in Dravida style of architecture. It is completely flat. And finally, one tall Vimana. Okay, and in front Gopura. So this is the structure of Dravida. You need to know about what is the difference between the Nagara style of architecture and Dravida style of architecture. Next, consider the following statement. In 2023, China witnessed the fall in total population due to great number of deaths than births. It is about the population statistics in China. The context is China's total population fell in 2023. 4 takeaways. Okay. In 2023, if you read this context, you can easily answer this bit. In 2023, China witnessed a fall in its total population due to great number of deaths than births. Yes, in 2023, China witnessed a fall in total population because of more number of deaths than births. Okay, but after 1961, China witnessed mostly for the first time negative growth in its population in 2023. This is wrong because in last year also there is an article in 2022 only, after 1961, after 1961, 2022, China witnessed negative growth, negative population growth. So not in 2023. This is wrong. Third one, China's total fertility rate is below the replacement rate of 2.1. Yes, the replacement level is 2.1, but current the fertility rate is to 1.3. It is slowly increased from 1.2 in earlier year. According to 2020 census of China, 1.3 its total fertility rate is, it is below the replacement rate. So this is correct. Since 2016, China's total fertility rate is increasing due to government shift from its earlier one-child policies to allowing 2 or 3-child policy. Actually, from 2015, not 16, they implemented 2-child policy, not 3-child policy. So this is also wrong. So only 2 statements are correct. Okay. This is the context.